Yo, what's good, y'all? Hey, man, it's all hype all around, bro. So pretty much in this video, I'm probably gonna talk about what I think about the new chapters and what Togashi is doing. What I think about with what I want from the story, and also just my story with digesting the series. So just let me just get down to the main point of it. You know what I'm saying? We're getting new chapters for Hunter x Hunter. So there's potential for it to come back all around. And if you know like what happens in the story after, the 2011 anime, like it's crazy. And this manga has been around for a long time, so the probably a long break was inevitable, but this past probably a few months or past year, hiatus ex hiatus or hiatus has made its return. I'm not probably gonna get too much into spoilers, but you know what I'm saying, the story continued after, if people finish the 2011 anime, the story continues after that point. I read up and I've okay, so let me go back to, when I started this series at first. So this is the series I was talking about in my Bleach video. If you see my Bleach video, this is the series I was talking about that I was able to finish, in between watching Bleak arcs, you know what I'm saying? Bleach arcs, because some of the arcs weren't as captivating as other ones, so I had to take some breaks from Bleach arcs. Not to say the arcs that were good were not good. It was just some arcs kind of, soiled the whole show, just based off their pacing and just what they were. I had to take a break from it. So in that time that I took a break from Bleach, I had finished Hunter x Hunter, the anime at least. I had finished the Hunter x Hunter 2011 anime, and it was a great experience, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I can say about Hunter x Hunter, I'd say my least enjoyable was maybe Greed Island. Greed Island. Probably like the beginning areas, some parts. There were some good parts in there, but Greed Island wasn't one of my strongest, arcs that I was into, Everything else was a lot stronger to me. Not to say I didn't like Greed Island, you know what I'm saying? It was a cool concept and whatnot, but excuse me. It was a cool concept and whatnot, but I just wasn't super captivated. There was a lot of good scenes in Greed Island though, so I still have to praise it for that, you know what I'm saying? But overall, it was not one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I watched the whole anime. Back to what I was saying before I got to, my little story with this. I watched it in between Bleach, and I finished it before finishing Bleach. Like, this was some years ago, you know what I'm saying? But it was just really solid. I think Nen is a great power system, you know what I'm saying? There's so many ways, Nen can be transfigured and transmuted and enhanced, and there's special classes. Like, it's really, really cool. And it's just bestowed. You just, you tap into Nen and then you find your affinity pretty much, really, really cool. So with that, I'm going on to the manga a little bit. I'm not going to spoil too much, but I'm just going to talk about my experience with the manga to a certain point. So yeah, I started reading after, I think it was probably a few years after I've already finished Hunter x Hunter, and I have a decent memory, so I already know most of the things that go on. I don't need to reread a lot. I just went back and looked at some manga panels from the anime and whatnot, because a lot of these chapters and whatnot came out way before like the 2011 anime. Like, probably some of these chapters came out in the 90s, early 2000s, and just now, just in the 2011, they had got like a new reboot, new everything, and took it to a whole new level. But yeah, so after the ending episode, I think when Gon had talked to his father on that giant tree, and they were talking about a certain continent. Oh, man, y'all don't know, but yeah, just a few chapters or so, or chapters after that, they start, talking about, the Dark Continent, or they always, mention it a little bit, they start mentioning it. But yeah, just I'm trying not to spoil too much, you know what I'm saying? But man, if y'all, I'm talking about the chapters as well too, bro. If y'all ain't catch up in some time, bro, it's, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be spoilers in this, bro. So, okay. So after I think Gon had, talked to his father, that was probably different in the manga. I forgot, the beginning parts. But yeah, it was kind of just talking about where they're going, after the story. I think the main character kind of switches to Kurapika, and to make a long story short, pretty much he's traveling. He's with the Hunter Association, right? And pretty much he's sent to go with Netero's son because they're setting up a whole, voyage to go to the Dark Continent. And the Dark Continent is, everything outside of what the world of, the Hunter x Hunter, I forgot the name of like the whole like country or world, but it's literally on the outskirts, and there's been so many rumors and crazy things that are crazier than the world they live in right now. Like what they have in, the countries and places they have, they're outside of that. There's even crazier things. There's like, beings and crazy monsters and man-eating, it's literally crazy, and it's so vast whenever he would explain it. So yeah, so basically Kurapika and some of the hunters are sent to guard, on this voyage. And also on this voyage, there's also a kingdom and its princes and, princes and kings there. It's from a certain country, and they're all on this voyage, and they're planning to become the new king, pretty much. And a lot of these, people were assigned bodyguards and whatnot and things like that. And Kurapika is, partnered with one of the princes, and it's a literal baby, while a lot of these princes are, female characters, but in this country they call a lot, like all, royal children princes. So it's just a whole like death race of who gets to have the title of king of that country. And it's happening on this, giant ship in their voyage to the Dark Continent. Because on Netero's and the Hunters Association's, not agreement they have, but pretty much everybody is booking and holding on to this voyage from what they heard about the Dark Continent from people who have maybe made it back or however they got this information. And in another side story, there's a great battle going on between Hisoka and the leader of the Phantom Troop, Crollo, Lucifer. And man, oh man. Man, oh man. That was a crazy little side sequence, man. Like you would not expect that, and people, if they haven't read that or seen that, bro, if that ever comes back in some type of way, man, that's gonna be insane. Because what happened even after that battle, insane. And while they're also while Kurapika and a lot of the people are on this voyage, the troop is on this voyage as well too. Just raising the stakes, raising it so high. I forgot if Hisoka is on here. Hisoka had did things to two members from man, bro. I don't want to get so deep into it, but there was that great battle and things happened. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll talk about it in another separate video. But man, that was just a crazy, crazy chapters to, read, after finishing the main story, or the main story from the anime. Amazing. But yeah. So I think Ahsoka had fled on to the voyage, and the Phantom Trooper after him for what he did to other members. So that's how they're intertwined into this voyage right now, and it's just a lot. There's a lot heading on to this voyage, man, and I'm just me personally, I'm so excited for the Dark Continent, man. I since they were teasing that and everything, it was just like, oh my goodness, like stories don't really do stuff like that where they tease like these other worlds and other things like that and talking about, oh man, this stuff is crazy over here. And just my experience with Hunter x Hunter, bro, like when I watched the Chimera Ant arc, I really felt like genuine fear, genuine, like, I don't think they're gonna make it out. I don't think we would be able to make it out if this happened in the real world. If like the way that was like, expressed in the anime, I didn't really feel shit like that, like from a series in a minute. And just that arc, it was just like, damn, like these ants, these bugs are so advanced, they're learning then damn near. Like, bro, like this is some scary stuff, bro. Like this is like I felt my heart like being tugged. I'm like, bro, like how is this even gonna get resolved in any type of way? Like, nah, man. Like it was a crazy like feeling. Like I haven't felt that from a show, in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of, think about that arc, and I really like that arc. I really like the Phantom Troop. You know what I'm saying? The exams and whatnot, but that arc just had like that dread, that darkness to it. You know what I'm saying? And I have a series over this, but that feeling from that certain arc, man, it was just I know how to like get immersed into things, and I start to understand the like try to understand like from their point of view, because you're always looking at third person, but like the point of view is always different. You know what I'm saying? But just feeling like, dang, if this happened in the real world, bro, like it's some scary stuff, bro. And it was just like you can feel like the dread, bro. Like I haven't felt that from a series like that before. But pretty much, bro, I want the Dark Continent, bro. That's all I want, man. I just want the Dark Continent. So let's get into a little bit of gripes we had. I had, so to speak, bro. I was kind of scanning, bro. I was kind of skimming, I understand, I had to watch videos. What I know now about what was happening on the voyage boat, I had to watch videos. I was skimming. It was a lot of dialogue. It was damn near a novel. I would have read the novel more so than, having all these text bubbles and speech bubbles. It was a little too convoluted. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like resonating with me. It's like, dang, I'm trying to see these characters, but it's like there's so much I'm trying to see these characters, but there's so much dialogue happening, and I don't even know most of these characters. I'm getting introduced to so many new things along with these people, but it's so much text that it's just like it's it's messing with my head, and it's so much text is leaking to panels and panels and panels and panels, and it was a little bit of it was a little messy to me, to be honest. So I had to skim. I kind of got a gist of how I understand stories in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Even though I kind of skim, I still, take in everything that's going on. So it's like, man, if I were to do like quick reviews of like a chapter or something, I try to make sure to, you know, get down everything that I read, even though I'm not like I'm not skimming, but I'm also not taking the least amount of time the most amount of time that I could take, like digesting each panel and the panel and the panel after that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I should start doing that at least. But now the only thing that soured like this, this voyage, arc I can say is just the dialogue, man. It was just too much on the pages, man. Like, it felt like it was way longer than it was. Probably was. I was trying for a little bit, but after that, it's like, man, I want to catch up to this, and it's just like I don't want to sit down and keep reading this, man. It should just been in novel format if it was gonna be like this. But you know what I'm saying? We'll see what's going on with these new chapters. I hope they reach the dark continent, bro. I'm so excited to see everything that's going on. Just whatever else happens, man. I'm fine with it, man. Like it feels like it switched over to a different main character, and I kind of look for a story that does something like that too, where it's just like they kind of switch over main characters, but it kind of makes sense, or just like you're following somebody that you probably wouldn't normally follow, or you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of looking for things like that. So I look to inspiration for things like this and other big shows that are, made on adventure and, just dark themes and themes that, bring out characters and bring out, the simplest of stories, but they bring out so much deeper than, meets the eye. Who would have known, like when you were first watching this or you ever seen this, you're just like, oh, it's two little boys or a boy, and he wants to be a hunter. And then they start dropping in on you and like, bro, what? And then you hear the affinities, you're like, what? And you see what they could do later on. And bro, it's a very great series, bro. Like if you don't know the hype, man, you'll get the hype once you understand. Cause I'm still trying to learn then. I understand, but it's like I'm still trying to I want to learn like all the in betweens. You know what I'm saying? Like Hatsu and Ren. You know what I'm saying? Like the in betweens and whatnot. And it's really cool, bro. He also had another work, Yu Hakusho, man. I'm really hyped to dive into that too. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of good mangaka, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because some of my favorites, man. I even have like a new young favorite, a new young star. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess I could say my little collector right now. These are not my tops, but I have this little collector, man, of Oda, Togashi, and Akutami. I don't know. I just like their styles and the different things they bring to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to, like a little more. Like the mangaka of JoJo's. I love his art. Kubo, he's great at fashion. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? But with that, bro, I'm really just hyped for these new chapters, bro. And I need the dark continent, bro. That's what I need. And with that, y'all, man, this is a little longer than expected, but it's been Truzen, and I'm out. Peace.